So here's my setup that I've done ahead of time, and I'll share with you I'll share another link actually about if people are interested in giving this a spin. I've in my GitHub repo there's actually step-by-step directions of how to get this demo up and running as well. So I'll share that in a moment, but let me just show you. So I've set up everything here. This is my little resource group. So in this resource group, I have a PostgreSQL database set up, and I have an app service instance up and running as well. So let's go and take a look at this app service instance. So this app service instance, as you may imagine, is JBoss EAP 17, right? And running on Java 17, JBoss EAP 8 rather. Actually, let's take a look at that for real. So let me minimize it, and we will do this. Close this window, go in here, and go in through here with the app service plan. And there's the app service plan. And let me minimize this. Okay, so we'll go look at the configuration. Okay, and please don't log me out again. Thank you. Okay, so here's a major version of Java 17, and as you can see, it's running JBoss EAP 8. I'm gonna try to do a deployment live, right? So I'm going to let's go ahead and the way I like to sort of keep myself sane is I look at the log stream. So let's open up the log stream, and then we'll see the actual deployment happen. So here's my application, and again, I'll share the GitHub repo where this application resides. It's just a Java application. I'm using VS Code here, quite trivially in this case. It's a Maven application. You can see that it shows up in VS Code as a Maven application. Here's my Maven POM. I won't go over it too much. First thing I'm going to do is actually just do a build of this application using Maven. So that is simply mvn clean and package. And one of the nice things about direclty, the API that is supported by JBoss EAP, is that it creates a very lightweight artifact. So the build actually is very, very quick, especially by modern standards. Sometimes I try to work on these JavaScript projects and it takes forever to even build. So there's the build right now. In the end, what happened was I got the war file. Let's go take a look at the war file, in fact. So let's go into the target directory. And there's my war file. I also have a few other artifacts that I need for JBoss EAP. But let me hop back out. Next thing I want to show you is how the deployment actually happens. So there's as you know, as folks probably here know, there's many ways of deploying onto app service, but we actually have a very Java specific way of doing deployment. And I think it's the most natural thing for Java developers. And that is that you can actually configure your deployment right in your deployment parameters right in Maven, and you can use the Maven plugin that we have to do the deployment. So here's a configuration. It's using the Azure Maven Web App plugin. As you can see, I specified the app name that I've already created that you saw in the portal. Here's Java 17 and JBoss EAP 8 once again. And here's my deployment artifact. As you can see at the very end, there's a war file that I'm deploying. So let's give it a shot. Okay, so what I need to do here is simply mvn. Oh, no. Okay, let me make sure I didn't mess anything up. No, I don't think I did. Okay, yeah, and we're just gonna go here and invoke the Maven Maven command. In fact, actually, I can in VS Code I can even do better. So let me show you how to do this in a visual way. Actually, so if you look at the Maven, let me minimize this. So here's the Maven visualization, the middle Maven part of VS Code, and you can go into the plugins. Okay, and you'll see that the Azure plugin is actually recognized here, right? So here's the Azure Web App plugin, and basically the target that I want to invoke is deploy. So let's go ahead and click run here, and we'll be seeing the deployment happen. So let me minimize this guy, maximize this here, and we should be able to see the deployment in action.
Do you have any VS Code extensions installed for this, or is it just
the Java one? Yeah, nothing very fancy at all. Okay, so there's
That what's happening is Maven is using the Azure CLI
yeah.
during the build process, and now it's basically pushing the WAR file up into app service and also doing the database manipulation as well, right?
Just a database configuration, correct? Yeah, that is what's so when for people that are really into want to look at it in close detail, yes, we're also actually configuring the database on the fly as well.
Yeah.
There is connection on the fly.
This is pretty much in line with kind of like the app service philosophy, which is we want to meet the developers where they are, right? We don't want you to have to do anything app service specific. You're using the tools that you're familiar with. In the case of Java, you're using Maven, which a lot of people in the Java community use, and we try to make it as natural and as idiomatic as possible, right? Like you're doing stuff that is natural to a Java developer, and the same with the Python support that we have, we try to make it so that you're thinking as a Python developer, not as an app service developer.
Exactly. Yeah, and I believe it is done already as we were speaking. So let me check here. Yeah, I believe the deployment is now done or almost done. So let me see. Okay. The deployment may be done. Let me get out of here and go back in. Actually, let's take a look here. What does the plugin say? Yeah. Okay. Let's give it a shot. We'll just control click here and open up. Yes. Okay. Yeah. There's the app. So it's a very simple CRUD app. I don't want to really make too much of a big deal out of it. It has a REST backend, as is per normal. So that's it. It's really from a Java developer's perspective, it's really as simple as that. You have your existing app. Hopefully, you make some small changes to make it work with JBoss EAP. For example, in this case, using the JBoss CLI to do the database configuration, and then you configure your Maven plugin and just invoke the Maven command, and there you have your deployment.